Let me ask you something strange. What would you do if your ear ached for days and nothing, not herbs, not oils, not rest, brought relief? If you lived in ancient Rome or 12th century France, the answer might surprise you, because for hundreds of years, people believed that snail slime, that shimmering trail left behind on garden stones, was more than just mucus. It was medicine. It was gathered at dawn, mixed with wine or honey, and dripped carefully into aching ears. Some called it nature's elixir. Others thought it carried the spirit of the earth. But what really happened when people tried it? Did it work? Or was it just another forgotten experiment in the long, strange history of ear care? Tonight, as we slowly clean another ear, blocked by wax and history, we'll explore one of the weirdest, slimiest, and most oddly effective remedies ever used. Let's begin. Asterisk, asterisk. Let's begin with a simple, surprising truth. People have used snails as medicine for thousands of years, not just the creatures themselves, but their slime, that shimmering trail they leave behind. To ancient healers, it wasn't just mucus, it was life force. Moisture from the earth. A natural serum believed to heal everything from skin rashes to stomach ulcers to, yes, ear aches. In ancient Greece, Hippocrates wrote about using snail slime to ease inflammation. He recommended crushing snails whole into a poultice and applying the mixture to infected skin or painful joints. But it was in ancient Rome that snail mucus took on a new role. Aulus Cornelius Celsus, a Roman physician from the 1st century, described a treatment for ear inflammation using a mixture of snail slime, crushed rose petals, warm wine. This mixture would be strained through linen, and a few drops gently applied into the ear using a spoon carved from horn. It sounds strange, but Celsus believed this concoction had both cooling and antiseptic properties, a natural way to soothe pain and reduce swelling. He wasn't alone. Roman apothecaries began collecting snails in the early morning, when their mucus was freshest. They'd store the slime in jars with olive oil and herbs, treating it like liquid gold. By the time the practice reached medieval Europe, it had become deeply ritualistic. In rural French villages, a mother with a child complaining of ear pain might rise before dawn, go to the garden, and gently gather 3 live snails from shaded stones. She'd place them in a wooden bowl, sprinkle them with sugar, and wait as they slowly released their slime. Then, using a soft cloth, she would collect the liquid, mix it with warmed goat's milk, and place exactly 3 drops into the child's ear, all while reciting a protective prayer. It wasn't just a treatment, it was a ceremony, a belief that the snail's slow, earthy energy could draw out illness and restore peace. Modern ears may cringe the idea. But let's pause, because snail slime is more than just folklore. Today, we know it contains glycolic acid, gently exfoliates and renews skin. Allantoin promotes healing and cell regeneration. Antimicrobial peptides fight certain bacteria enzymes that break down damaged tissue. Hyaluronic acid, which retains moisture of these compounds, are now found in modern skincare. But long before scientists named them, humans discovered them through trial and touch when applied to inflamed or infected ears. That slimy serum may have indeed had a calming, softening effect, especially when paired with warmth and rest. So while it might sound absurd to us now, snail slime had a kind of quiet wisdom behind it. It was medicine born from the garden, natural, accessible, and strangely effective. And what's even more fascinating, the treatment didn't disappear. Snail-based remedies for earaches persisted for centuries. From Renaissance apothecaries to 19th century English folk doctors in some remote areas of Italy and Spain, grandmothers still remember using snail extract as a last resort cure for chronic ear pain in children. It wasn't glamorous, but sometimes it worked. And when something works, even once, people remember. Asterisk, asterisk, let's go deeper. Because snail slime wasn't used the same way everywhere. Across different cultures, it evolved into dozens of strange and fascinating forms. In 15th century Germany, herbalists believed snail mucus worked best when combined with birch sap. They'd create a thick, sticky mixture, drop it into the ear at bedtime, and plug the canal with a piece of wool soaked in lavender. Oil, the goal, not just healing, but drawing out inner dampness, a concept tied to imbalance in body. HUMORS. Meanwhile, in northern Africa, Berber healers had a slightly different approach. They would not extract the slime at all. Instead, they'd allow a live garden snail to rest near the affected ear, letting it crawl slowly along the jawline. They believed the snail's movement, deliberate, unhurried, stimulated nerves beneath the skin and pulled out negative energy through the pores. Some would then take the snail's trail, a clear line of mucus, and gently swipe it toward the outer ear canal. It was a mix of spiritual cleansing and slow sensory therapy. Back in France, snail remedies became part of early pharmacology. Apothecaries in Paris would gather dozens of snails at dawn, place them in glass containers lined with sugar, and collect the mucus as it slowly pooled at the bottom. This substance was then bottled, labeled serum, discarded, and prescribed for ear infections, mouth sores, and skin ulcers. The treatment even made its way into early hospital manuals in the 18th century. Doctors noted that when combined with clove oil, snail slime appeared to calm ear pain in patients with fever and swelling. It wasn't a cure, but it bought time and time. In the days before antibiotics was everything, so what does modern science say about all this? Well, it turns out snail slime isn't just folklore after all. Research now confirms that it contains mucin, a protein that helps repair damaged tissue and fight bacteria. Its glycoproteins have shown mild antibacterial and anti-inflammatory properties, especially against common skin irritants. And though it hasn't been studied extensively for ear infections, scientists acknowledge that its texture and compounds could soothe external irritation, especially when mixed with herbs like chamomile or calendula. That doesn't mean you should run outside and grab a snail. But it does mean this old remedy wasn't as wild as it sounds. Of course, not all attempts with snail slime were safe. In some cases, people tried to crush the entire snail, shell and all, creating a gritty mixture that could scratch the ear canal. This led to infections, scarring, or worse. Others stored slime in unclean containers, leading